everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Hannah, and this is Isha. We were privileged to be along with other student directors and got to direct this program. I'm going to name those student directors for you. There are Julia Neely, Alondra Brown, Leilani Anderson, Nick Sterling, Gianna Alvarez, Sara Perez-Torres, Carmen Peraldi, and Jake Unial. We speak for everyone when we say we're so excited to have you in the audience today.
Yes, but before we get started, we'd like to honor the bravery of our cast members for putting on this show and ask that you support their hard work and bravery today by being a polite and respectful audience. We also have a couple of house rules that we must inform you of.
In the case of emergency, please note our 2 emergency exits, one on each side of the pack that'll lead you out to the front of the school. I also must mention that there is no food or drink allowed inside the pack besides water. We've had a couple of incidents yesterday, so please take this moment as an opportunity to put your food or drink outside in the lobby.
If you haven't already, please give our show your full attention by silencing your phones and putting them away for the duration of the show.
Also, since the showcase is happening during class periods, there's no intermission. That being said, we ask you to wait to exit the theater until after our production has concluded. However, if that's not possible, we ask that you leave in between transitions in order to respect our actors and other audience members. Also, please use assistance from our ushers before re-entering.
We do have 2 more things left to mention before we can carry on with our show. First off, please feel free to clap for our lovely actors after each scene when the lights go off. Second, this play you are about to see does contain some heavy topics around high school and being a teenager. So if you need any support after the show, please know that the Wellness Center is open for you. Now that we got those out of the way, Hannah, do you want to do the honors?
My pleasure. Before we get started, I just want to say this is our last showcase performance. You guys are our last audience, and we just appreciate you guys being here and being respectful and being in tune with our actors and our program. That being said, the Dublin High Honors Drama 3 program is proud to present to you today Voices from the High School. Enjoy.
In this high school, there are 2,771 students. Now, if you were to add to that the number of schools in the next towns, then the cities, state, country, and the world, we are a force to be contended with, right? Yeah. Enough! Don't want the people to get the idea that we've got it all by the tail. We've still got a lot to learn and tons of feelings to deal with. As terrific as we are, we still have to check ourselves out every now and then and put a little polish on our act.
Hi. I clean up dirt around my house. I used to have to do laundry, but I've graduated from that. My mother has a list of all the chores up in the kitchen. My sister never has to do diddle, but I suppose there's gotta be some breaks for being perfect and taking 7 AP classes. Don't get me wrong, she functions fine in society. Everybody loves a Barbie doll. Me, I'm on my way to becoming a major rock star. Dirt, 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 you are getting out of my life. Jeez, I thought you wanted me to clean. I guess I'll just put this vacuum away. Clean up on temporary hold. So, get on with the story of your life. There was a big party here last night, so now they're destroyed at putting my cleanup off schedule. I got better things to do on a Saturday morning. I like to get the little things out of the way so I can work on my song. Yeah, I wrote my own song. Want to hear it? Well, I'm gonna play it anyway. This is my band and backup group. We're known in these parts as the Hoodlums. Ready, gang? Yeah. Strings here, baby, so how I know. You pulled out your prisons, and that's what I show. And the park, eyes all closed. Strings here, baby, that's how I know. You toss your frisbee to me, I toss it back to you. Yeah, toss it, put on a rocket. Toss it, toss it, toss it, toss it, toss it, toss it. Oh, baby, toss your frisbee to me. Toss it, toss it, toss it, toss it, toss it, toss your frisbee, toss your little frisbee, toss your little frisbee. Watch out, Joan Jett, you got a big thing coming. Oh, Christ, look at this place. Obviously full of loaded drunks. If it weren't for my sister, they'd have used the couch for an ashtray. Yeah, she gets to sleep in for saving the furniture and stopping my uncle from eating the goldfish. I thought they were floating potato chips. My little brother kept suing their beer, so he's no good this morning either. May never be any good again. I lost the only audience I ever had. When my father came upstairs, he yelled at me. It's my job to take care of his only son. That's what he tells people. This is my only son. I'm not his only daughter, but I will put him in his grave! Shut up! Sorry. Saturday morning, folks. Cleanup time. Dirt, dirt, dirt. You're getting out of my life.
I really don't think it's true that when teachers leave school at the end of the day, they go home and put little pins in pupil dolls. I had a girlfriend that told me that once, but she thought that all teachers should be like some character on TV. I told her teachers are just as human as we are. Well, the majority of them. And so long as they don't openly choose favorites, compare me to other kids, or put down the less gifted, I'm willing to let them get as weird as they want. And when they're hot about what they're teaching, that can be pretty great too.
Guy in the window picking his nose.
Didn't see him.
Disgusting pig.
Shouldn't be allowed on trains.
That's why I gave him the old,
He see you?
too busy searching for boogers.
Should have his hands cut off.
Fingers anyway.
Who'd touch him?
It's Baxter.
You've done it before, though.
What?
It's not the first time I've seen you.
Seen me what?
Give the train the finger.
It wakes up the travelers. They think they're going somewhere. I just remind them what it's all about.
World is full of nose pickers,
Ass scratchers.
pimple squeezers.
Puke pushers.
So, are you gonna go to college?
Miss Baxter says I'm going to jail.
Are you?
College?
Yeah.
Oh, look, here comes another train.
Did you see that?
What?
That old lady that stuck her tongue out at you.
She had warts on it.
Looking for Snow White.
Has a bag full of apples.
Sleeps with 7 dwarfs.
6. Dopey won't touch her.
Look like Miss Baxter.
That's why I gave her the old.
My parents say I gotta go. College? What are you gonna do after graduation, Teddy?
Hop a train, go across the old US of A, like in the old movies. See all the natural wonders and toss off the nose pickers. Wave to the kids who are given the finger.
Actually, man, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Enjoy the summer.
But after that,
Doing an interview, Danny?
no. Just wondering, that's all. I told my dad I didn't care about college.
What did he say?
He didn't care that I didn't care and that I was going.
You'll be swinging off the ivy-covered walls.
Tarzan of the textbooks.
Miss Baxter says I can get into college as a janitor.
What does she know?
Says the army will teach me what it's all about.
How come she's always picking on you?
Won't give her my body.
You're one of the smartest guys in class when you want to be.
Maybe I'll join the army or navy. All the cash in the nation is heading that way anyway. I'll become an admiral with a nuclear sub and 3 yachts. One for rock concerts.
One for women.
One for Miss Baxter and a pack of gorillas.
She'd be happy.
Yeah, on her back all day eating bananas.
Would be good for her.
Yeah, she deserves some time in the sun.
You think?
She grabbed me by the shirt today.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. She was handing back the term papers. I hung around after class, asked how come I got an A on it. She looked at me all of a sudden like she was a prize fighter. You deserved it, she said like a punch. And A looked kind of sexy, I said, never got one before. That's when she grabbed me by the shirt. Wake up, she said. Stop wasting your power.
Little Miss Baxter?
Today, she was a tiger.
She's really not half bad.
Only person in the school who's ever been interested in my future. Only person in my life, actually. Too bad I didn't meet her till senior year. Think she'd marry me?
She's going steady with the library.
So, you'll be going to college then?
Yeah. Are you serious about the military?
I'll try the minimum wage thing for a while. Think things over. Sounds like you've got to go, Father.
Here comes another train.
Ever try to follow a girl's conversation? If she's excited, it's like chasing a paper in the windstorm. Just when you think you got the point, she's 16 feet overhead and whirling in a spiral. And when she's down, you're supposed to have a full understanding of it and not talk about it because that stuff has its roots back before either one of you were born. Basketball is a big relief sometimes.
So, what if I change my name?
To what?
I don't know. Cynthia? How does Allison sound? Crystal, maybe.
What's wrong with Millie?
Sucks.
I like your name.
Why?
I like the sound of it and the energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
That seems to be a popular word nowadays. Energy.
Drinking is weird. It's hard to have a conversation.
Hortense, that is a funny name. Hortense, relax.
I still don't get why you're changing your name.
Boring.
Carolyn's such a great name either. I don't care what you're complaining about.
I'm not complaining. I'm selecting. How about Nancy? That sounds kind of tough, doesn't it?
Sounds like your nose is stuffed up.
Nancy.
How about Paula?
Stinks.
Not so bad. Paula, would you like another drink?
You want another drink?
No.
Oh, well, I do.
I feel sick.
You won't get sick if you don't think about it.
I feel sick. I don't have to think.
Then go home.
Like this?
Like what? You look fine. Hortense, relax.
Are you drunk?
No. Are you?
You tell me, you're the veteran.
You seriously never had a drink before?
Never.
Never snuck in?
Parents don't drink. Everybody's parents drink. That's how we all get born.
When was the first time you had a drink?
6?
6.
6. A martini.
Come on, Millie, that's impossible.
A martini. That's gin and a little bit of vermouth and a lot of unconsciousness. Help with my nap, she said.
6.
6.
Unbelievable.
She was big on naps.
What was it like to be drunk at 6?
I think I cried a lot. It didn't make me very popular. It's hard to remember. How about Allison? I said that already.
Yeah,
Allison's not such a bad name.
a little too much.
You think?
Sounds like a blonde on a soap opera.
I guess you're right. Here, have some more.
Fine.
What about Denise?
Laura?
Violet.
Billy?
Willie?
Yeah.
Too similar.
I still don't get why you're changing your name.
Next month's my birthday. I'd like to have like a fresh start.
Actually change your name?
Yeah, why not?
Seems like a lot of trouble.
What do you mean?
All the people know you as Millie. What are they gonna do?
Use the new name?
That's not easy. I have an aunt that just changed her name. Aunt Sophie, she's been for all the years I've known her, and now suddenly she changed her name to Aunt Georgette. Aunt Georgette, she wants us to call her now. It's very rough, and she gets very mad when we forget her name, so I'm probably gonna go on calling you Millie no matter what.
You know, the time I was trying to stop drinking, the lady running the program was named Meg.
You were in a program?
Yeah. Meg said, put your mind to new things. New things. How do you like the name Meg?
You couldn't stop.
Sure, I was a very straight girl for almost half a year.
What? How did...
Who knows? Habits aren't easily broken. Like nap time. I didn't like the things that Meg was trying to make me think of my mother. I like to drink. Is there something so wrong with that?
But 6 years?
Oh, who knows? Maybe it was 7 or 8. Maybe it was 5. Shall we put my mother in the electric chair? How do you like the name Valerie?
Not bad. Let me think. Vanessa.
Vanessa?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful name.
You like it?
Yeah, I think starting next month, I'll be Vanessa.
After you blow out the candles?
Huh?
On your birthday cake?
Oh, right. After that, I'll be Vanessa. Think you can handle it?
I'll try.
I think the 4th of July is the greatest part of summer. It's like summer doesn't speak on that day, and by mid-August, I start getting hungry for the action of school. Maybe if there wasn't a 4th of July, I wouldn't really notice the lag. I mean, it's like Christmas, Thanksgiving, and the last football game of the season. Once everything's done with, everything's just kind of flat for a while. Special days can do a number on you.
Remember in grammar school when we all gave out Valentines, when you'd give 20 and get one? Happened to you too, huh? Good. Anyway, I'm glad that we don't do that in high school. There's some advantages to being sophisticated. 4th grade. That was the year I gave 20 and got one from Ursula Pitt, who misspelled her name and mine, Mary Jones. That was a terrible day. I went up on the roof when I got home and screamed at the pigeons so I wouldn't cry. I really hate Valentine's Day. Thank God in high school we don't have to go through that cardboard box covered with cheap crepe paper and phony lace routine. you know, where you put in your Valentines, and later they give them all out, and the pretty girls get 50 and keep walking back and forth to their seats like grinning idiots. The time that I accidentally tripped Celeste Jordan with her nose in her 15th one, and not even looking where she was going, the entire class turned on me. Said I did it on purpose, and that was a lie. I know who I did it to on purpose. Cassie McGuire in the 6th grade when she yelled, "It's Trinity Farms!" Like it was a big surprise to her, a big, huge, overblown, tasteless Valentine that anybody with class would be ashamed to get. She cut her knee when she went down. So as you can see, it's not a day that brings out the best in me. Christmas I can handle, and New Year's Eve is no big problem, but whoever invented Valentine's Day, I'd like to smash in the mouth for the grief that it gives me. Used to give me. I'm past all that now. In high school, Valentine's Day is no big deal. Sure, I see the private exchanges and hugs around the lockers, but that doesn't bother me. It just reminded me of the bad days. In high school, I'm happy to be independent beyond all that garbage they no longer openly foist on us. If I ever have any power, I'm going to banish Valentine's Day parties in grammar schools because it's very damaging to little kids. Really, if I wasn't so intelligent, I could be a very bitter person about those formative years I was on display as a loser. It's barbaric. Think about it.
Mary.
Hi, Roger.
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's for me?
Just a little card.
It's beautiful.
I'm glad you don't think it's silly.
Silly. A Valentine?
Some people think they're stupid.
Stupid, not me.
I'm glad you like it.
It's the nicest one I ever got since the 4th grade.
Will you go to the prom with me, Mary?
You're asking me to the prom.
From the bottom of my Valentine.
To the prom? Me? You're asking.
Yeah. Will you go?
Well,
What?
wait till I tell the pigeons.
I was in this woods, forest thing, but it felt like I was in the ocean, which is crazy because I was in my bed where I was having this dream and sensing this rosy kind of light. And even though it was the form of a human, I could only hear it. Understand? And I nearly followed it out the window. And where I was having this dream was the 28th floor.
First thing I did was clean up my room. Hung up all the shirts on the floor. Put my socks and underwear and 2 t-shirts in a pile by the door. Made my bed. Sheets good and tight. Not a wrinkle in the spread. Looked at my posters. Stopped seeing them. Rubbed my autographed baseball. Went out into the hall. Stopped. Went back and got the dirty pile of clothes I left by the door. Went into the bathroom and dropped them in the hamper. Went into my brother's bedroom. Came out of that empty room into all the other empty rooms upstairs. No one home in the kitchen or the rest of the house. There were some dirty glasses in the sink and 3 plates with egg stains. I scrubbed them all clean and laid them in the dish rack. I tried to look out the window over the kitchen sink, but there was too much light. I opened the cellar door before I opened the cellar door. I mean, I could see myself doing it. I went down the stairs. It was like going down into darkness. Water, fog. My mind had nothing to do with it anymore. I could see the axe on the wall. The hammer, the saw. I found a piece of rope by the washing machine and got up on a box and tied it to a pipe. Then I tied it around my neck. I stood on the box and looked out the window, but there wasn't anyone in the street. I couldn't see any legs passing by. I kept one leg on the box and lowered the other into the free air. I don't remember kicking over the box, but they tell me I did. My brother said something felt weird when he came into the house. If he hadn't found me when he did, I'd have been a vegetable or dead. So yeah, I'm glad he cut me down. And although it's a little embarrassing to tell you all this, I'm real glad I can.
Watch us. We ride our bikes like we're going to live forever. Run on streets and highways, balance on the rails of bridges and the edges of subway platforms, dive from the highest rock into the lake below, swagger into the unknown, singing and shouting.
Hi, Patty. Your mother let me in.
Uh-huh.
You haven't been at school all week.
Right.
Just thought I'd see you there.
What's going on is that my mother called you, right?
I missed you at school.
She called you, right?
I was coming over anyway.
For what?
What do you think?
I'm okay.
That's not what I hear.
Well, it's what I know, and I'm the only one who ought to know, right? I don't care what my mother's been telling you.
She says you haven't eaten for too long a time.
I'm not hungry. I don't want another person telling me I ought to eat. My mother's been in with that boring news. She sent in my father, who's not hungry either, but who's chewing on automatic, and now she's dragging you in.
I called up to see how you were. Your mother didn't tell me anything. The way she was talking did.
I'm not hungry, and I'd like to be by myself if you don't mind.
For another week?
For as long as I want.
Of in this room, not going anywhere?
Quit hassling me.
I'm not!
Yes, you are! You are.
Can I sit down?
Are you gonna try to feed me?
No.
Sit.
So?
What?
What have you been thinking about?
Oh, did you come here to be stupid?
No.
I've been trying to think about anything.
Well, have you been successful?
Bo.
So, tell me.
Tell you what?
What's got you in prison up here?
I think that would be obvious to you.
It happened to the rest of us too, Patty.
The rest of you are the rest of you. I'm me, and I'm working it out my own way.
How are you working it out?
I'm not just gonna cry and moan and then wipe my nose and then go on like it never happened.
You think that's what we're doing?
I don't care what any of you are doing. I'm not thinking about any of you. I can't.
Well, then what are you thinking about?
Carbon monoxide?
Yeah?
Surprised?
Not a bit.
Looked it up in a dictionary. Got the definition locked in my memory now.
Tell me.
Carbon monoxide. Chem, that's an abbreviation for chemical.
Got it.
A colorless, odorless gas, CO, formed by the incomplete oxidation of carbon. It burns with a blue flame to form carbon monoxide and is highly poisonous when inhaled since it combines with the hemoglobin of the blood to the exclusion of oxygen.
Burns with a blue flame. Huh.
That's what the book says.
Weird.
Me?
No. That phrase. It's just weird.
Burns with a blue flame?
Yeah.
Why?
Forget it.
Tell me.
It's sad. Look, we've had enough sad shit. Look at you. You can't even get out of your room.
Tell me, Bo.
Why? So you can memorize it, then go on starving yourself to death? What good is that going to do to anybody?
I'm not starving myself to death.
Sure you are.
I am not. What does burn with a blue flame mean to you, Bo? Tell me so that definition in my head can explode.
One time, I don't know if you knew how hard Mary studied. She was always up reading those books and studying those projects. I'd kid her sometimes about the fun she was missing and the goofing, but I mean, she was having fun. She and Ken.
Yeah?
But one time, this one night, when she was up reading her brains out because she was so determined to get to college, I said, when you get into college, Mary, you're going to have to read even more. And she said, that's okay by me, Bo. I burn with a blue flame.
She said that?
Yeah. Weird, huh?
They were just sitting in the car, talking like we are now, only about life. And that carbon monoxide was coming in without any warning. Odorless gas. Odorless gas. It's such a stinking cheat. I know you loved your sister, Bo. I know how badly you feel. I could hardly bear to look at you at the funeral, but I miss Kenny so bad I can't even. They were just on a goddamn date. I keep playing it back and I roll down the windows. Pardon me, lovebirds, I say, but I'm just giving you some air. Some clean air so you don't have a death that makes no sense to anybody. Oh, we've gotten so used to crazy, violent deaths, but not the cheating of carbon monoxide. They didn't even know they were going down, and now I'll never hear him laugh again. Never. He never knew how much I loved him.
Of course he did.
I keep playing it back. And I roll down the windows. I mean, if they were rolled down just a crack, Bo, they'd be okay. wouldn't they, Bo? Just one window rolled down, a crack with clean air coming in. Christ, Bo, he's the only one who ever talked to me, and now I'll never see my brother again.
We're all rolling down the windows, Patty.
I loved him so much.
I know. I know.
Some of us have died in worse ways. We're not strangers to guns or knives or cars going too fast and out of control. In a world of toys and tempers, we've had our losses too. Even natural diseases take some of us away. But death isn't really a part of us. We're still on the other side of the plans. Our hopes are things that we will make real. Life is all ahead of us. We've got years to go. We're ready to work.
I got this job to make extra money for Christmas, working in a big department store downtown, the shipping room. You know, all these boxes come in, shirts, socks, jewelry, perfume, tons of perfume, and garbage like that. All coming in for the Christmas shopping crush. So I carry stuff to the different departments, run the ticket machine sometimes to make surprises for all the junk. Some of the girls from school got jobs too, selling crap upstairs. So we fool around. The two guys in the shipping room are career men. They tell me the corniest jokes between giving me advice on how to live. Anyway, the store manager comes in on Christmas Eve. She's about 10 feet tall, bigger than anybody else in the store. Looks and talks like John Wayne used to. She's okay. So she comes in and says, I don't know how to say it, but we don't have a Santa Claus today. Christmas Eve and the company hired the guy up to yesterday. Now there's a bunch of mothers and kids out there, an empty chair where Santa should be. Then she stands there, her head scraping the ceiling. Old John keeps unpacking merchandise, and Joe, the other guy, sort of nods his head in sympathy towards her as he winks towards old John and nods towards me, and I'm finally mastering the ticket machine. I got perfume prices with the right department code, flying at 100 miles an hour. So, what are we gonna do? She says again, casual, one hand on her hip, not her holster. Peter'd be a great Santa, says old John as he keeps stacking the beautiful plaid arrow t-shirts. She looks me over. He's too skinny. Not as skinny as Joe, says old John. True, she answers. You know I'm no Santa Claus, John continues, and you're a little too tall. Rah, she says with a grin, and they all turn and look towards me. Wait a minute, I say. There's no way I'm gonna... Pillows, says Joe. We'll stuff them with pillows. Have them up on the chair in 5 minutes. There's a line building. Then she turns around and rides off into the sunset. Next thing I know, nobody's listening to me, and I'm in this red suit stuffed up with pillows, and I got a white wig and a red hat with the bell at the end of it. And Joe and old John are laughing their heads off and calling in all the sales ladies in from the men's department, which is right outside the door, to check me out. One of them, Mrs. Parnassus, puts my beard on and says she hopes I won't get stuck in her chimney that night. Ha, ha, ha. They give me this big red bag full of empty boxes to throw over my shoulder and shove me out into the store. So, I'm thinking, what am I going to say to these kids? I don't believe I'm Santa Claus. Why should they? They're probably gonna pull my beard off and stick their fingers in my eyes. I'm gonna be responsible for wrecked illusions. The mothers will probably sue the store. Well, they stuck me out here full of pillows from the hospital department, so it's not my fault. I'll do what I can. Off I go to my throne, which is on the landing between the 2 floors. I lumber up the stairs with my big red bag, sit down, mutter a couple mild ho-ho-hos, and wait for the worst. Well, let me tell you something. Everybody should be Santa Claus once in their life. I don't think I've ever seen belief like I did that day. I never took a break. Kid after kid after kid comes up the stairs to me, down the stairs to me, fingers in their nose, fingers in their mouth, eyes wider than anything you ever saw. Sitting on my lap, all looking up at me, hardly able to speak. Not one of them touched my beard. My voice kept getting deeper and deeper. A lot of them said they brought something for Rudolph, and I said he'd share with the other reindeer. I mean, I really felt like I'd just come in from the North Pole and had a lot of traveling to do that night, so these heavy believers wouldn't be let down. I didn't even touch my beard, so it was pretty great. Oh, yeah, though something did happen to bring me back to reality. See, I'd been sitting there a really long time, over 3 hours, I think, in really intense continuing raps and negotiations with kids who knew what they wanted ever since they could finally talk. So, what I hadn't realized is that my Santa tummy pillows had all risen up into my chest. So, when I got off my throne to head back to the shipping room, I took about 2 steps before my red pants were down around my ankles. There was Santa Claus, in his underpants and skinny legs, standing in the middle of his hometown department store with just about the whole town doing last-minute shopping. Talk about wrecked delusions. I grab my pants and my falling pillows and run as fast as I can to the shipping room. And I can't help it that my big red bag keeps banging customers on the head as I make tracks. So, if you ever hear about a legendary Santa Claus strip, relax, it was only me.
Memory is an empty house we've yet to see or buy. For furniture, we've nothing, a song, a joke, a sigh. Within the dance of shadows, we bring the light of laughter. A million suns are in us to illuminate the drifter. Rhythm takes us everywhere, our ears are still not deaf. We'll walk barefoot into history and never lose our breath.
What the hell are you wearing?
A leotard.
A leotard.
Leotard.
You look gay.
It's for dance class.
You're in that class.
That's why I'm in the leotard.
What, they gonna make you wear an earring next?
I don't need that for dance.
Look, I got football practice, alright?
See you, Felix.
Try not to bump out those tights.
Leotard.
What are you doing, Hector?
Dancing, man.
Some outfit you got on.
You ought to get one.
No way.
It'd be good for you, Freddie.
They'd have to knit 6 of those things together and I'd still get arrested for indecent exposure. Want some ice cream?
Not right now.
I couldn't live without ice cream. Is there a dance class here or something?
Yep.
Where's everyone else? Trying to get on the uniform? Chocolate chip is the answer to everything. Everything. You the only one in this class or something?
I'm early.
Like it a lot, huh?
You got it, Freddie.
I'm losing weight just watching you, man.
That's what you think.
Well, I gotta go. I told Annie I'd meet her at the Pizza Hut.
Take it easy, Freddie.
You too. Don't split your hot dog skin.
Leotard.
Hey, Hector.
Hi, Susie.
You look great in that leotard, man.
Thanks.
It really turns me on.
Stay and watch us dance and you'll really get turned on.
Don't have the time. See you later.
Bye.
Hi, Hector.
Hi, Catherine.
You always here first.
And you're always here second.
How are you today?
Fine.
Good.
How are you?
Eager for the workout.
Me too.
My grandmother says she can't wait to see our first show. I say to her, oh, there's a years away from now. She laughs and says, what are yours to me now? Before you know it, she says, there, you'll be up on the stage performing, and there, I'll be in the front row watching. She used to dance, you know.
She did?
Yes, in Spain.
What kind?
Let me go.
Ooh, anything else?
Ballet. Mrs. Kornansky, my grandmother's friend. She lives next door. Used to dance too. They're always showing me pictures. All the famous dancers, they say over and over again as if they think I'm never listening to them. Had to work very hard. It's not work, ladies, I say to them. It's fine. They laugh when I say that. They know I'm hooked.
That if you talk enough sense, then you'll lose your mind. And I'll use you as a focal point, so I don't lose sight of what I want. And I move further than I thought I could, but I missed you more than I thought I would. You as a warning sign that if you talk enough sense, then you'll lose your mind. And I found love where it wasn't supposed to be, right in front of me. Talk some sense to me.
Do you want to start? Because I want to.
Sure. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to our last showing of Voices from the High School. We hope you enjoyed Act 2 of this wonderful production. I'm Leilani. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a senior here. I directed the Patty and Bo scene that you saw this act. And I would like to thank my cast, Claire and Journey. I think they did a wonderful job. Something in this rehearsal process that was very important to me was coming at their scene with a lot of, I've talked about this almost every other period, but I think it's important to reiterate how much empathy they needed for these characters to be able to show such vulnerability. I think showing two separate grieving processes was something that was important to me throughout this, and I think they did a wonderful job. I told them before the showing of this that like this story and these characters are theirs, and the relationship that they built between Patty and Bo is for them, and I'm really proud, and I think they did a wonderful job showcasing that.
Hi, I am Julia Neely. I go by she, her. I'm a senior, and I directed Roger Mary, which is the Valentine's Day one. I think the thing that I found the most interesting with this particular production was working on character backstory and motive, because there's 4 minutes of dialogue in this scene, and 3 of it is a monologue. So there isn't a ton to work with on the paper, so a lot of character work is coming up with why things have come to the point where they are in the story, what these characters think about each other and about various events, and just what they're like outside of these 4 minutes. What? Okay. And I think that's super interesting. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sarah Perez-Torres. I directed the 3 monologues, Ellen with the song Jimmy and Teen Santa. I'm a junior, and I go by she, her. I think that the best part about working with monologues is that we were free to find ways to connect them, because the characters in script, they didn't know each other. They were completely different characters. They were strangers, but it was really fun to build that connection through our characters and also find that connection between us as a group. So I'm really thankful to have worked with such talented actors, Darina, Eileen, and Arush, and I hope you really enjoyed this production.
Hi, my name is Isha Joseph. I'm a senior and my pronouns are she, they. You didn't get the chance to see mine this period. Mine are in Act 1, and they were Stephen and Sheila and freshman and senior. And I truly cannot believe that this is the last show we have, because we worked so hard, everyone, for this whole production to put this on, and it truly went really well, and I'm really proud of it, especially for my actors, for all the time they put into it, for all the work they did, and just bringing their full energy every time for rehearsal. I'm really glad I got the chance to work with them.
Hi everyone, I'm Carmen Peraldi. I'm a senior and I use she, her pronouns, and my scene that I directed is also exclusive to Act 1, but I think my favorite part of this entire process was moving from our individual rehearsals to in the drama room to being on the stage, because within the last 2 weeks we've pieced this together and I've gotten to watch all of these scenes kind of for the first time, and they are all wonderful, and I think with seeing them on the stage with tech, with lights, with sound, with everything, they are all very well done, very special, and it was a treat to watch and also participate in them.
Hi, I'm Nick Sterling. I go by they, she pronouns, and I'm a junior. I also had 2 scenes that I directed that were exclusive to Act 1. I think my favorite part of this entire experience is working with my cast and ensemble and director ensemble. It's just been amazing to see everybody come up with different visions for scripts the same scripts that we've been working with, and it's just the nuances that everybody's been adding to the scripts and developing like such complex characters and such moving just scenes. It's just amazing to see like it coming from us. So I just thank everybody for putting their all.
Hi, I'm Gianna Alvarez. I go by the she, they, my bad, and I'm a sophomore. I directed in Act 2 the Millie and Carol scene with the different names and stuff. I think my favorite part about working with my cast was that my cast was really amazing. Isa and Mahika were both incredible to work with, and being able to like form those bonds and relationships with them was not only just nice because I'm in a class with them and I enjoy their presence, but also nice because it helped with both of our scenes. And I think that was really important to me, and it ended up being really fun, and I really enjoyed working with everyone in the cast and crew and all the directors, doing all the tech and stuff, and I think everything ended up going as well as it could have and perfectly.
Hi, I'm Alondra. I go by she, her. I am a sophomore, and I directed 2 scenes in Act 1, which were Hank and Charlie, as well as Harry and Jerry. As a director and not being in the position of being the actor this time, it felt important to also give that same sense of everybody still has a voice, even though there isn't a director and not just everybody forming ideas together. I give thanks out to my 2 wonderful actors, Atsuya and Ian, for being such creative people and being really hardworking, honestly. And everybody here today that you saw, and even Miss Mo up there, lovely Miss Mo, after so many performances back to back, everybody's still been giving their all and making each and every performance this just amazing and not lacking energy and things like that, just putting in all their effort. So that's what I would love to say about that. But on the take of directing, it was a big moment when seeing the Harry and Jerry scene on script and not knowing what to do with it, honestly. But then after going through it and having so many creative people to throw in ideas as well, which is one of the many great things that I would say about my cast, I'd say that everything it came together so wonderfully.
Hi everyone, my name is Hannah Burrows. I'm a senior. I use she, her pronouns. I was the director of our final scene, Leotard. I just want to thank and name my actors really fast. I have Sasha, Sam, Franklin, Selena, and Caitlin. I just really appreciate all of their hard work and dedication during this time. I was also the choreographer for the choreography that you guys saw at the end. And I just want to also appreciate the hard work that everyone put into learning the choreo and coming together and putting their own spin. And I think that was the most beautiful thing to see, kind of seeing all of these fully embodied characters with all of their different nuances and having them all come together as one at the end. I think it was kind of a testament to the idea of unity that we were putting out for you guys. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Mo. I'm the proud teacher of these creative, beautiful, amazing human beings. Very well said, Hannah, about unity and what that can look like on a stage. Just for the education of our audience, all of you, in addition to being director, when we moved to the stage, you became members of our tech team. I'd love for 2 of our directors to talk about the importance of technical theater and what that means.
I'll start? Okay. Hi, Hannah again. We are, well, I guess to start, evidently we're all dressed in black. We all have different tech roles or positions, and tech is essentially the people who put on the show from the back, the people who aren't performing, but they are necessary, and we can't do a show without them. And so we have our two on comms, Carmen and Leilani, if they want to wave to you guys. They basically get all the information from the booth and put our run crew on to do stage and set. And then we also have Isha and myself and Gianna were ushers and emceeing. And so also we have our wonderful PAC staff and lighting and sound and everyone who's just been so amazing with putting this production on. They are behind the scenes for every production that we see in the PAC, and like Grady Days and other things like that, rallies, they're always there and they're always working hard, so we just appreciate them.
Another important thing about tech that I would like to highlight is that what you guys come and see today is an ensemble on stage, which are the actors, but something that usually tech does is enhance the acting through the lighting and the sound design. And although you see the stage ensemble, in a way, the way tech works is we work as an ensemble in a team to really highlight what's happening on stage through those elements. Everything you saw today as far as like the colors on the psych and the costuming are technically a part of theater too, and then the actors do their makeup so they could be seen on stage with the stage lights hitting them. It all comes together and really enhances like the art of theater in different ways.
Thank you, and thank you to our last audience. I hope you enjoyed this experience of live theater with us. Audience, could you please give one last round of applause to Honors Drama 3? We're so grateful for you. Have a beautiful afternoon.
So don't stop it. And under the light.